Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 14th through the 20th. This is for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising. If you happen to stumble upon this video outside of the date range I mentioned, don't you worry. You came to it whenever you were meant to hear the messages in it that are meant for you. Now keep in mind this is a general reading, so not every single aspect of it is going to resonate, but take what does and leave the rest. All right, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. What is going on for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising in the week ahead? And the first card we have coming up here, my darlings, is the Ten of Cups. What a great way to kick off a reading, huh? Now, okay, if you're new to this channel, quick little disclaimer here. I do love reading separate on my channel. I do a once a month love reading, and I have that linked in the description. And during the week, I want to focus on everything else about your life, and I want to focus about you, right? So the weekly forecasts are going to be less about other people, more about you and your energy, and the way the cards are going to apply to a situation outside of love. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say here that there isn't going to be a ten of cups here in love for some of you. That can very well be, but we're going to talk about also the other ways 10 of cups can come up in a reading. The real meaning of 10 of Cups is fulfillment and happiness in all areas of your life. It's a sense of inner peace. Now, over the years, because people tend to consult tarot a lot of the times about love and romance, 10 of Cups got labeled as the marriage card. Okay, and that can be for some of you. You might be manifesting that or strengthening a marriage or headed in that direction, or a companionship, right? That partnership is going to look different to different ones of you. For some of you, it's no partnership at all. But whatever your ideal scenario is, whatever your ideal situation is, as you think about the future and stability and security and fulfillment, this is where your attention is, this is where your focus is, and this is what you're calling in. Okay, I do feel, Scorpio, that some of you are beginning to spend more time outdoors, even those of you who typically don't like the summer. I'm a fellow Scorpio. I don't like the heat. I like to be inside. I don't like to be out in the sun, and I've never really been much of a nature person, but I'm beginning to be. And I feel like some of you Scorpios are beginning to pick up on this energy where you're kind of being called outdoors, out into nature, right? Even if it's something that you typically don't like to do. I also feel some of you are becoming more free in the way that you're dressing, right? You're not so worried so much about, if you've done your hair or if you've done your makeup or what you have on. You're if it's hot, you're not gonna put on the cardigan. You're if you don't like my arms, don't look at my arms. You're just kind of coming into this energy of just being satisfied with yourself and the way that you are and enjoying life. I feel like some of you have been holding back from enjoying life, enjoying nature, being out and about because you just maybe have been in guarded energy, or you've just really been busy with life, and now you're you know what, I really want to enjoy and I want to be out there. So I do feel a sense of leisure activities, being outdoors. That's not to say you're not gonna do fun things that you enjoy indoors, right? But also I feel a sense of getting out there, getting out and about. I do feel some of you will be meeting somebody very unexpectedly at some outdoor little event or thing. But again, if it comes up, I'm going to share it with you. And I felt that, but I'm not going to focus on love in this reading. The next card here is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords, it can be traditionally a younger or youngish air sign person. Air signs are going to be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And some of you might be dealing with an air sign. However, Okay, we're going to focus on you and your energy and the way that this might be manifesting in your life, in your personal energy. And so with the Page of Swords, this can be a card about getting out there and doing research, like surveying, doing reconnaissance, doing surveillance kind of work. So some of you might be going out and about in a way where you're trying to gather information for a project that you're wanting to put together, or a business you're wanting to start, or wanting to move somewhere. Some of you are going and looking at locations, or going to certain places to gather information for something that you're wanting to put together. Another layer of the Page of Swords, for me in my readings, something I've noticed over the years, Page of Swords will sometimes come up when the person I'm reading for is going through a unblocking of the throat chakra. Okay, unblocking of the throat chakra. And so what happens when our throat chakra is blocked, right? We might really hold on, and we might really suppress a lot of things we want to say. We might be biting our tongue. And some of you Scorpios who have been doing this, you've been doing it because in the past, you've really kind of let loose, and you've maybe later on felt like, oh gosh, even though that was true, because let's face it, Scorpios don't say anything that's not true. It is what it is. And if you're a cross watcher or somebody, please don't take offense to that. It takes a lot for a Scorpio to let loose, okay, like that on somebody, to unleash on somebody. But a Scorpio is not going to say something. They're not going to make things up just to kind of insult somebody, or take a jab at somebody. Like they're going to speak truth. And that's why Scorpios have a reputation for being mean sometimes, because people don't like to hear the truth, right? And so Scorpio, like some of you have been like, okay, well, yeah, maybe it's true, but let me go easy on some people, or let me bite my tongue, let me avoid the drama. Or other ones of you, it's just been like you haven't been able to hold it in. Those are the two extremes. When you have a blocked chakra, it's either overactive or non-existent. And so whatever your situation is, you're coming into the balance. You're coming into the balance of speaking the right word at the right time, with the right intensity, right? So that you can know, like, because sometimes we need to learn our strength. We need to know our own strength, right? Sometimes people aren't ready for our strength, and we got to deliver a message in a way that they can process it, in a way that they can understand it. And so Scorpio, some of you are getting that down. Some of you are being called to speak at an event. It might be a cyber thing, or like a Zoom kind of thing. And I feel like some of you are feeling weird about doing that. But I do feel some of you are being asked to speak to a group of people or organization about what you do, how you do it, your story. And some of you might be, finding that, hey, you know what, I never really thought about that, but I might like to do that. I might like public speaking. I might like to go out there and to teach people and to motivate. And so there's a sense of speaking up or speaking truth. Your next card here, Scorps, is the Knight of Swords. Well, talking about arguments and drama, look who's here. This could be an air sign person for some of you that you're dealing with. There can be somebody coming in that's maybe, I don't want to say triggering you, but kind of forcing you to exercise that throat chakra, that's forcing you to speak up or to speak your truth. I feel, Scorpio, any of you who have been avoiding a situation, or you've been trying to make a peaceful transition or exit from like a job, or a friendship, or a living situation, or distancing yourself from certain family members. You've been trying to just make a really kind of drama-free, like fade out. You've been trying to fade out. Someone's coming in and not allowing you to fade out. They're full-on confronting you. Now, this is, again, Scorpio, you have the Page of Swords, so I feel like you have the opportunity here to kind of de-escalate it, right? But this person's not going to take a hint, right? So you're being forced to speak your truth. Knight of Swords can also be a warning to us to be cautious that we're not steamrolling over anybody in a situation. Okay, I do feel, and I don't typically say things like this, guys, you know that I try to be really positive. I'm not a fear monger. I'm not somebody who wants to come in here and be like, negative Nancy, but and I don't try to be like positive Paula all the time either. But okay, I do feel, because a lot of you are coming out of your shell and you're in this happiness and you're getting organized and you're taking steps, right? And people maybe are noticing you're kind of busy with your life. There could be somebody, air sign or not, there could be somebody surfacing who just like, they don't like it. They're envious. And so they might be stirring up drama, or they might be, starting issues, or like trying to cut you down to size in some kind of way. Just know and understand. I'm hearing all bark and no bite. I feel for a lot of you, this is a situation where this is all bark and no bite. You don't need to come into it getting worked up. You can de-escalate it. You can be honest, right? You can be honest, but it doesn't have to become like a screaming match, or you don't have to try to convince anybody of anything. All right, that's your opinion. I respect that. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. And just kind of leave it at that. It doesn't have to be where you have to convince this person of every little thing that you're doing. Your next card here is the Queen of Cups. And this is powerful water sign energy. This is Scorpio energy, okay? I kind of feel like, hold on, we're going to pause this for a second. I want to pull clarifiers around this Knight of Swords. I normally don't pull clarifiers in the YouTube videos. I will pull clarifiers in the private videos, like private readings. Typically in the weekly forecast, I try to keep them short because people just want to hear it real fast. But I feel like we need to pull clarifiers. Clarifier 1 for Knight of Swords, clarifier 2, and clarifier 3. I feel like we need to do that. Oh, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there could be an issue here regarding finances and money. Okay, some of you are cutting somebody out of some way that you're making money, right? So like maybe you're doing something, you have a plan, you're making money, and this person, or it could be family member, it could be a romantic partner, there might be issues here in which you're kind of cutting them out of how you're making the money, or you're cutting them off financially. And you're taking this time and this energy to find yourself, to make your spiritual connection, okay? To find what fulfills you, to make your connection with higher power. And so this person might be a little bit disappointed, right? They might be a little bit disappointed. I do feel for a lot of you, this is someone that at one point had a lot of power over you, right? And so for a Scorpio, typically somebody who's going to have a lot of power over Scorpio, it would be usually more like a family situation, right? Like someone who just really triggers you, someone who really gets at you, somebody that you're like, walking on eggshells around. You stopped doing this. And you've gone along your merry little way. And this person sees you like you're doing well. You're starting to get ahead. Like life is coming together for you. And they feel left out and they feel ignored. And so I feel that this is somebody coming in and throwing like a temper tantrum, okay? Spirit is saying you're finally in a place where you have some calm. You're finally in a place where you have some inner peace. You may have to shut it down just to set that boundary and make that, statement to the universe that I do not agree to this and I'm not going to have this in my life. But it doesn't have to take up your entire week. It doesn't have to become a big, huge feud or an escalated situation. Okay, some of you thought you got to fade out. You're not going to be able to fade out. You're going to have to officially draw the line with this person. But like I said, it doesn't have to be a tower moment. It doesn't have to be drama. Okay, but someone sees you going on and making a life without them, and they're having a hard time with that. Your next card here is the Queen of Cups, right? And so talking about drawing a line or cutting somebody off, maybe it's not financially, maybe it's energetically. You're just not devoting the same amount of time because you're focusing on yourself. Because the Queen of Cups, other than being water sign energy, which Scorpio, this is you guys coming into your beautiful watery energy. The Queen of Cups is intuitive. She's successful. She lives an abundant life. She's very nurturing. She's very healing. She's very giving. But the message with the Queen of Cups is we have to remember to be that person for ourselves. Think about it, Scorpio. Scorpio is so loyal. Scorpio can be loyal to a fault. And so Scorpio, when they are, around people that they care about, friends, family, romance, even a job situation, if you like your boss and if you like your work, Scorpios don't half-ass anything. They go in 100%. They go wholehearted and they give 100% of themselves. And so think about how far you would be in your life and how fulfilled and how content you would be in your life if you gave that time and devotion and commitment to yourself as you do for other people. If you were that, if you fought for yourself and gave to yourself as much as you do for the people that you care about, imagine how far you would be. And so that's one of the messages that comes up with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups also reminds us to take time for emotional self-care. Okay, we know the physical self-care, but the emotional self-care, paying attention to your feelings, staying in tune with your feelings, honoring your feelings, not pushing them down, not telling yourself, oh, you shouldn't feel this way right now. Why don't you get up and do something else? That can be a form of suppressing, without even realizing it. So we want to honor our feelings. We don't want to stay in a mopey place for too long, but we want to honor that mopey feeling. Or angry feeling or whatever it is. And maybe we want to put on some music that helps us feel it, that helps us get it out of our system. And then we can do the aftercare part where we start to, listen to music or do something that makes us feel better or cheers us up. Okay, but you need to do things here to honor your feelings, to acknowledge your feelings, and to do things that inspire you, that encourage you, that give you a sense of hope. You need to feed yourself emotionally right now. Really, really important, because you're coming into some really big shifts and really big changes, especially those of you who are dealing with this person who used to have so much power over you. Now they don't have any power over you at all. Even though you're finishing this off once and for all, and even though you have a lot of good things going on in your life, that's going to require some aftercare, so to speak. So be aware of that. Know that you might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos to see what other messages come in for your specific planetary placements. If you would like a private reading, I'm more than happy to do a private reading for you. You can go to calendly.com/amethystangelite and you can schedule a private reading with me there. And the love readings for June are up. You can check those out if you haven't already. I'm finally caught up on the private readings, so videos will get posted sooner. July love readings are going to get posted early. The weekly forecasts are going to start getting posted earlier. And I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye, my dears.